Ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely love the Nintendo Switch and it's one of my favorite consoles of all time. And there really is so many great things about it. But again, looking back, there's one area where I think they could have did a better job. And that's because in one area, they're just missing something entirely. But maybe we'll be able to fix that today. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. So like I said, I absolutely love the Nintendo Switch, and I think it's one of the greatest consoles of all time, and there's a good chance you probably agree with this as well. But as a kid growing up in the 90s and moving into the 2000s, we also really valued the internet, and I feel like gaming and the internet are very intertwined. But what if we, stay with me here, combined the Nintendo Switch and the internet? And we had a web browser on the Switch. And I really do find this kind of strange because when you think about it, for at least the past couple decades, the web browser has been on Nintendo consoles. Like sure, the Wii U was a failure, but it had a web browser. And even the Nintendo Wii, which preceded it, had a web browser. The Nintendo 3DS web browser was very popular, at least that's what I've heard. And even the Nintendo DS had a very wacky web browser. And I mean, that was a DS. So where is the Nintendo Switch web browser? Well, it's actually on the Switch, and I'll show you how to access it. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. And let's just go ahead and get into this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you how to get the secret web browser on your Nintendo Switch. This will work on your Switch OLED, Switch Lite, or your regular Switch. I've already done this to my Switch OLED, so now I'm going to be doing it to my Nintendo Switch Lite. It's just a few steps, and the whole process just takes a few minutes. So the first thing you need to do is go over to your system settings. And once you're on your system settings, just go down to Internet, and then hit Internet Setting. Once you're on Internet Setting, just hit A, and then go to Change Settings. And then what you want to do is scroll down all the way to right here, and where it says DNS setting, it's on automatic. You want to change this to manual. And once this is changed to manual, you'll see a couple different options right here. Now, this is where you need to go to primary DNS. Now that we're on here, we need to erase all of these right here. Now the number you're going to put in is 045, period, and make sure you put these periods in between each one of these numbers. But 045, period, 055, period, 142, period, 122, and then hit OK. And then you're going to want to save that. Now that we've done that, go back to the home page and then go over to News. Under News at the top, you can see right here it says Find Channels, so just press Start. This step is going to take about 10 to 15 seconds, so just make sure this little wheel is spinning, and as long as it's spinning, then everything is going accordingly. But yeah, this will probably take around 10 to 15 seconds. And then once this wheel is done spinning, you'll see this menu right here pop up, and as you can see right here, it says Continue to Google, and then you have Google right here on your Nintendo Switch. You have a web browser, and I don't know why we don't have a web browser to begin with, but this is a very easy workaround, and yeah, it can be done. Yeah, so as you can see, it's actually fairly simple to access this web browser, and for some reason or another, it's hidden. And I was very curious about this because I want to say like a week ago, I learned that the PlayStation 5 had a secret web browser, and I've been using it to watch illegal UFC fights. That's just how I get down, man. Yeah, so I've been using that a lot, and I thought, well, the Nintendo Switch probably has a secret web browser as well, and it turns out it does, and it's fairly simple to use, and yeah, if it's on there, why not make it public? I just don't understand that. So now looking forward to the Nintendo Switch 2. Does it make sense to have a web browser? And if they do a web browser, do they make a real web browser where you can just search up whatever you want, or maybe like a stripped down web browser? And I just don't see like the pushback against it. Even though I have a PlayStation 5, I just bought a PS4 again. I want to say like a month or two ago, just to watch DVDs on, and Blu-ray and stuff like that. And then I've been buying like random PS4 games as well. But I was curious if the PlayStation 4 had a web browser, and it does. It's just built right into the console. So why not have that same web browser or something similar to that on the PlayStation 5? Now I can't speak from experience because I never owned one. I think looking back, I might have played a Nintendo Wii U once, possibly twice ever in my entire life. But even though the console was a massive failure, they had a web browser. And when you think about it, gaming and the internet are truly so intertwined that it just feels like it's supposed to be there. And when it's not there, you definitely feel like something is missing. So there is a bunch of things I would like for them to fix on the Nintendo Switch 2.
One being the eShop, and I think the eShop is kind of like a web browser. Like, it's not an official app, I think, and that's why it's so janky. So maybe they can make a better eShop for the Switch 2, and also just add a simple web browser. I just need it. And I know this is probably not a big deal to a lot of you guys. And when I think about it, it really isn't the biggest deal. I mean, I don't have my phone on me, but we have phones, you know what I mean? That's a web browser. I have my MacBook right here, that's a web browser. Hell, you can probably even use your TV as a web browser now, but I just feel like it should be there, and it probably doesn't take a lot to put it there. So why not just have it? But yeah, maybe you learned something from this video, maybe you didn't. Maybe you learned that the DS had a web browser. Maybe you learned how to access the Nintendo Switch web browser. Or maybe just watch for the hell of it. Either way, I really appreciate it. As always, in the comments below, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. And follow me on my social medias. And join this community and help us grow. And you guys know me, I will see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.